Canada's largest ever heritage restoration project is underway, the rehabilitation of the Parliamentary Precinct. Public Services and Procurement Canada, in partnership with the Senate, the House of Commons, the Library of Parliament, and Parliamentary Protective Service, is carrying out this impressive renovation. The Parliamentary Precinct is made up of 35 buildings, which include, among others, the Centre Block. After a century of serving Canada and Canadians, the Centre Block, our main Parliament building, is in need of a complete overhaul. Our objective is to preserve this important piece of our nation's history for generations to come, and to modernize it to meet the evolving needs of a modern parliamentary democracy. For over a decade, Public Services and Procurement Canada has been delivering a complex sequence of projects and moves throughout the Parliamentary Precinct. This sequence of projects restored and modernized a number of important heritage buildings and enabled us to empty the Centre Block so it could undergo its much-needed overhaul, all without interrupting parliamentary operations. Since 2006, PSPC has completed 28 major projects that have been key to restoring important heritage buildings in our nation's capital and enabling us to start the work on Centre Block. They include the Sir John A. Macdonald Building, the Wellington Building, the Visitor Welcome Centre, the Senate of Canada Building, and the West Block. Parliament moved out of the Centre Block in 2019 and major work launched in 2020. Now fully underway, the rehabilitation of Centre Block will restore this beautiful and elegant building to ensure it is supported by modern systems and that it is greener, safer, and more accessible. Let's take a look at some of the work we've accomplished so far. The modernization of the Centre Block includes the construction of the Parliament Welcome Centre. To improve the visitors' experience and enhance security, a new fully accessible Welcome Centre now greets visitors to the West Block, where it meets with the House of Commons. This is Phase 1 of the project. The second phase of this underground facility will stretch across to link the West, Centre, and East Blocks into an integrated parliamentary complex. To prepare for the construction of Phase 2 of the Parliament Welcome Centre, the historic Vaux Wall was carefully catalogued, dismantled, and stored for safekeeping so that it can be reinstated in the location where it stood before. Excavation is already well underway and is expected to finish in 2022. By the end of excavation, approximately 40,000 truckloads of rock will have been removed and recycled for use in road construction. Before rock excavation and controlled blasting began, more than 300 devices to closely monitor vibration were installed in a number of buildings within the precinct, including the Centre Block and Peace Tower. While the beautiful Library of Parliament had to be closed because of the major construction, all of its collections have been carefully relocated to library branch locations across the Parliamentary Precinct and to the library's facility across the river in Gatineau. Parliamentarians continue to have access to these valuable resources. Inside the Centre Block, demolition and the abatement of hazardous materials is underway to take the building down to its bones. Rows of offices once stood along this corridor. Now it is a blank canvas as workers prepare to solidify the structure, integrate new building systems, and rebuild into modern office spaces. The walls and floors were stripped back to the bricks and terracotta tiles. Wood and marble have been carefully removed, crated, and stored so they can be later reinstated. Finding the right balance between heritage protection and modernization is one of the greatest complexities of this project. We have carefully assessed the numerous heritage assets and decided if it was better to remove them or protect and restore them in their place. To help keep track of all these heritage assets, rooms have been digitally scanned and mapped. This will allow for the virtual recreation of the spaces so that they can be all put back together. Known as BIM, these models not only serve as a record of the heritage elements, but are essential tools in the design process. Some of the Centre Block's most precious heritage assets can be found in two of the building's centerpiece spaces, the Senate and the House of Commons chambers. Inside the Senate, two massive cast bronze chandeliers, weighing approximately 3,400 pounds each, were carefully dismantled before being lowered to the chamber floor. A number of stained glass windows have also been carefully removed, including the Senate's Diamond Jubilee window and the Memorial Chamber's stained glass windows. In the House of Commons, intricate work was done by experts to remove the stunning Truth and Reconciliation window in the foyer and the hand-painted linen ceiling panels in the chamber. These heritage pieces will go through a careful conservation process until they are ready to return to center block. On the Senate side of the building, murals have been taken down. They will be restored and carefully stored until they are also ready to return to center block. For pieces too delicate to be removed, such as plaster ceilings and carvings, conservators have created molds and have protected them prior to being carefully restored. Even before starting the major construction work, significant effort was required to take the center block off the parliamentary grid. In other words, we had to remove all IT, electrical, plumbing, and mechanical systems. For the duration of the project, temporary systems are in place to ensure power is supplied and temperature and humidity levels can be regulated to protect the building's heritage fabric. A major part of the modernization aspect of the project will be to integrate new and modern IT, electrical, and mechanical systems to meet Parliament's 21st century operational needs and to transform it into a carbon-neutral facility. Fire safety and prevention during construction have always been a priority. We have installed a sensitive cabling system that is set off by heat. In the Senate and the House of Commons chambers, lasers are also employed to monitor for the presence of smoke. The iconic heritage elements that depict the story of Canada are being painstakingly restored to their former glory, while at the same time modern infrastructure is being integrated so the center block will be carbon neutral, universally accessible, safer, and more secure, as well as being fully equipped for the digital age. The major work being undertaken now will ensure the center block will continue serving Canada and Canadians into the 21st century and beyond.